I want to flag something transparently. Successful entrepreneur. I have no idea why we changed the phraseology. I know that the change in phraseology resulted in a 21-point drop. And my theory is that this entrepreneur, in the absence of successful, might be interpreted in a mass market sense as tech entrepreneur. I don't know. That's just a theory. Again, we have to do more research. But what I do know is that boards of directors, CEO, and government officials here in Spain continue to drop and sit at the very bottom of this list. I also know that the regular employee is up 7 points year over year. That the technical expert, that the person like myself is up. 8 in 10 respondents trust a person like me. That's a powerful number in market. A very powerful number for us as marketing communications professionals. I call this slide, who lies the least? Right? We wanted to understand why government officials and business leaders were not trusted. We asked, do you trust that a business leader will make an ethical and moral decision? 1 in 5 in Spain said yes. 6 out of 100 said a governmental leader would in market. I see no reason for business leaders to celebrate in proximity to government leaders because these numbers are abysmal. Work to be done. The difference in trust in the leader and the institution, trust in business, trust in the CEO, very different. We have to educate our business leaders on this fact. Let's look at trust in government. For the first time this year, we actually indicate with the gray bar those markets that are at a historic low. Spain, 18%. The Italian market, historic low at 24%. Mexico, 28%. Hong Kong, I talked about earlier, at 45%. This is looking at change again, 2013 to 2014. Lower or equal trust in 17 of our 27 markets. A tremendous continued downfall for many governments in terms of level of trust. And again, as I said earlier, we at Edelman are extremely interested in the intersection and the comparison between business and government. This slide shows in blue the trust in business, global findings informed public for 2014 compared to red, the trust in government. 20-point higher trust in business than government in all of these markets. Now that might create an opportunity, one could suggest, for a call for deregulation. Let us do our thing. Let us go and create opportunity. Because trust in government is so low. So how could that not be the strategy? Well, we know that that should not be the strategy because we asked the global respondents, was there enough, not enough, or too much regulation of business? 42% said not enough. 27% said too much. When I look at specific industries, the numbers are even worse. 51% global respondents say not enough regulation of the energy industry. But in the UK, where there was a very loud public debate about fracking over this past year, right? 73% say not enough in the UK. Circumstance matters, and in Spain it matters a great deal. Here's your numbers compared to those global numbers. Same categories. Watch the bars jump. Up. Not enough, not enough, not enough. Financial services, 3 in 4 respondents. Government regulation of energy industry, not enough, almost 2/3. Why? What do you want? What do the respondents want government to do? Well, 1 in 2, 50%, 30% plus 50% want government to protect them from companies who are behaving badly, from irresponsible practices. Protect me. I don't trust you, government, but I actually trust business less to do the right thing. So these aren't mutually exclusive findings. These are required findings for us to understand a path forward, for us to be effective in our jobs in counseling our business leaders. And for those business leaders who would say, well, government's not trusted, I should simply be quiet. That's not what the Spanish respondents say when it comes to regulation about those industries. When the food and beverage industry is going to be regulated, 2/3 of Spanish respondents believe that they should be involved in governmental conversation about that regulation. Engage, be a part of the conversation. So for 10 years, as I worked at this firm, this would be the end of the presentation. And many of you would say, well, that was interesting data, and what do we do? And I would say, I don't know. So Victor had a model, I have a model. We spent a great deal of time trying to understand then the path forward, because if we believe the world has changed, we must have an understanding, we must have a path forward to building trust. I believe I started my career 20 years ago in reputation management. I believe the most important thing that I could get clients, CCOs, Chief Communications Officers, and Chief Marketing Officers to understand today is that our work from reputation management and brand building has actually been trumped by the need to build trust. That is a behavioral exercise, that it's not about an ad buy, that it's not about just a feeling, that there's action behind that. And we spent a great deal of time looking at 32 odd different studies from 20 different countries around the world done by peers and competitors. And we have identified from a behavioral standpoint what we believe to be the 16 attributes that build trust. 16 is a lot. So in the same way that Victor from a brand standpoint talked about the 4, we actually bundle our 16 into 5 what we call performance clusters. From most important to least important. Engagement, integrity, products and services, purpose, and operations. I want to be really clear. I'm not going to sit down with a CEO or a CFO and tell them that operations do not matter. The lens of importance is on building trust. How do I build trust? What matters in building trust is engagement and integrity. And I know that because I asked respondents the world over the same question about all 16 attributes.